When you lit like this, I'm back. Hey man, listen man, I'm back. Feels good to be back, man.
Okay.
Trust me. The gang's in the building.
Hi everyone.
Chrissy Haich in the building.
It's me.
Man like H, Houdini H in the cut. On the mince pies.
Yeah, I'm struggling there. No, take time.
Now we were talking about mince pies earlier. You know how like after consuming one, you need a bevy in it.
Yeah, quite dry.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you know, tradition every year I come with mince pies, Christmas and that. I got my Christmas jumper on. Only one in that. But yeah.
I was never going to wear one.
But yeah, well, hashtag off the cuff pod. Come on.
Yay! Woo! It's back.
Yeah, no Fols today, man. Just me, myself. I'm back in the building, Mr. Vans. COVID got me bad. COVID got me down bad.
But you're looking like a Slimmers now, though.
Swear down.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Do you know what? Like every symptom you can think of, yeah, I experienced, including loss of appetite. I didn't eat at all. I couldn't eat anything. Like, couldn't smell anything. Headaches was through the roof. My dreams were nuts.
Oh. Did you have a fever?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Drenched, shivering, body in pain, chest tight.
God, these are the men that you sent to this world.
Bruh. Nosebleeds. It was mad. Bro. The Omarion got me, fam. Do you know what I'm saying? I was having a lit week. I went to WizKid, obviously. I heard all the jokes in the last 2 episodes and that. You know, the WizKid flu, whatever you lot called it. And then the following day, I went to the O2 again at the DBE show.
So you're trying to make sure you got it?
Innit? When you're why would you not get sick?
Nah, but like it weren't as rampant as like at the time. It wasn't rampant like how it is now.
You don't understand how viruses work, do you?
Yeah, I hear that. But you went to WizKid. Don't try it.
But I didn't go to DBE.
Don't try to blame them, man. Like they're the only ones that.
No, I didn't say that. But you went to the O2 twice. You were just saying like, hey, come get me.
Well, I wasn't even supposed to go. My friend, shouts Whitney, she hit me up. She was like, listen, who wants to go to DBA? And I was like, I wouldn't mind. So I went. And she caught COVID as well.
So.
But her thing was like mild in comparison to mine. Maybe because she's double jabbed and I'm not.
Maybe
I need to take a trip. Fires me up. Bro, fires me up, bro. Because it's like, I need that. I'm not trying to go through that again. I'm telling you, man.
Has having COVID now convinced you to get the jab?
Well, it's the second time that I've had it. But this one, 10 days straight, I was in bed. Like when I stepped out for the first time, I was like, society.
People. Did you get a head rush from all the fresh outside
I got a headache. I went back inside. Mate, but yeah, man, it's good to be back in the studio for another episode. We have a special guest in the building.
Drum roll.
What's the best way to describe our guest today? DJ, radio presenter, broadcaster, marketing and A&R director.
You're doing good.
Sian Anderson in the building. Do you know what? I was trying to spruce it up, man. Like, and you know, you wear many hats. Chef,
small.
Author.
Although I realised the other day, I'm not a chef. I can cook. That's what I realised.
Okay.
Yeah. I watched MasterChef the other day and I was like, you are not a chef, Sian. Like, you are
in timely fashion. Like you have to, you're on a timer basically. So sometimes like you see atrocious meals on that show, but it must be lit being a judge because you get to try everything, innit? Especially if you're a foodie though.
The judges were moving mad. I was thinking, how do you know all this stuff?
Like, why start talking about textures.
Yeah,
it's like, bruv, just eat the food, fam.
Some man made a chicken. They was talking about the 3 different tiers of flavour in the chicken, but it was just a chicken breast. But it was like the bottom has had a different marinade to the middle, which has been injected with some next seasoning, and the top's been smoked, and it's like 3 different flavors of the one chicken breast. I'm just
Do you think they chat shit?
No.
All I can say is you're not making me hungry. I was like, 3 tiers of flavor?
No, but like, I think they chat shit sometimes.
They
No, I
don't.
think they
It's
know
the whole thing.
exactly what they're
That
talking
would be
about.
my dream job, because I get to eat food all day and give my opinion. It's just like...
But the thing is, it's not just giving your opinion. Like, you've got to know, like, the 10 tastes in mustard and the 5 ways to use vinegar and the 6 ways to distribute sugar. Like, you have to actually know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I love that stuff.
It's mad.
I love it.
I'd just be like, yo, this is a vibe.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah,
His meal slapped more than his meal.
Yeah.
But her thing's
lacking a bit of
like,
seasoning in that one.
Like, I wouldn't be able to do the judging thing properly.
But
Love it.
it's Christmas, and you know you've got a cookbook out.
Yes.
Sian and her son.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yeah.
You've got little man involved.
Yeah, me and my young G.
What inspired the start of a cookbook?
Lockdown, the first lockdown inspired a cookbook because I think I got on the internet and all the DJs were DJing.
Right.
So everyone was doing Instagram live. They were uploading mixes. Like the DJs were going hard. And I was like, okay, cool. So that's what I'm supposed to be doing then, mixing. But I just couldn't bring myself to get on the decks. Like every day I was like tried to like build myself up to get on the decks. And I don't use Instagram live in the first place. So for me it was like alien on top of alien, like using Instagram live and then using Instagram live to DJ live.
Sian's basically saying there was no currency in that. I'm not doing that with the rest of you bum ass DJs.
No, not at all. It was a personal thing for me where it was like, I'm shy to do that.
Right.
I'm shy to get on Instagram live in the first place, and I'm shy to like mix in front of people in the first place.
But your voice is like nationwide.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
The voice, not the face.
True, but you've
People
got
don't
YouTube.
know what I look like.
Really?
They don't know what I look like.
Oh, swear down.
I can go Tesco's perfectly fine.
Oh, so you're not like low ski, like, you know, you get stopped. You
I
can't
don't
go
get
Tesco anymore.
stopped.
So is it like you go to Tesco's and you're fine, but then you start talking and then hold on.
I know you. I know that voice.
Do you know what? That does happen sometimes.
Swear down.
Yeah, the voice does get people sometimes.
That's mad.
Like, I do see it in people's faces. Like, if I start talking, someone's face will go like this, like, and it's like they know this voice from somewhere, but they can't put a finger on where they know it from. And even like some people have then looked at me, and then the wave of recognition is like, oh, that is actually her, but then they don't say anything. So the voice does sometimes
Trigger
get people.
yeah.
Like when I went to do my COVID PCR test when I went on holiday last year, and I sat down and the girl was like, oh, I was expecting Sian Anderson from the radio, and I was like, I am Sian Anderson from the radio. She was like, oh my gosh, you actually are? And I was like, yeah, I am. And she was like, I wouldn't have known from your face, but that voice is her from the radio. And I was like, yeah, it's me. And it was like, that was strange because she sees the name and she's like, oh, it's her. Then she sees me and it's like, oh, the face don't match the person that I've been listening to. Because when you're listening to someone, you have an expectation of what they're going to look like. So I obviously didn't match what she thought I was going to look like. And then it was like, she was just like, and I was like, yeah.
Did you ever wonder what she thought you would look like?
No, because I would drive myself insane wondering that. Yeah. So anyway, I couldn't bring myself to. It's not that I didn't want to. I did want to. I couldn't bring myself to DJ on Instagram Live during lockdown. It just didn't feel right. And so I just focused on trying to find a balance between obviously working from home, the BBC. I was still going into the BBC studios, and then my child, who was 5, he was 4 at the time. He wasn't at school, so it was difficult. And I was like at the beginning just doing like fish and chips, chicken nuggets and chips, Deliveroo, Uber Eats, and then I was like, this is not a good plan because this 3 weeks is now 3 months, and you know we've got to do something else. So I was like, look, if I have to keep up social media during this time, because you have to remember, like, if you're a broadcaster, people look to you to uplift them at all times. So even what you're doing on social media has to be a representation of, you know, you as a broadcaster on the BBC. Yeah. So I didn't want to come on the internet and be depressing. I wanted to come and show normality as much as, you know, you could. And so I was like, let me just show what I'm actually really doing without forcing it. And that is, me and Elijah are doing breakfast, lunch, dinner time, because in between those times I'm working. So he's in front of the television or in front of the laptop doing Zoom work with the school. So I just started showing the meals that we were making, and then people kept asking for the recipes, and I was thinking, you must be kidding. Like, you must be joking. Because I just thought they was being nice. Like, oh, that meal looks banging. Like, what's the recipe? But then it started to become like a regular occurrence. So one day I dashed out a recipe, and then like rice and peas was one of the things in the recipe. And it wasn't even like I filmed myself making it, but just I spoke about what I was doing and showed all the seasonings and stuff. Then out of nowhere, people started sending me their videos of them making the rice and peas.
Yeah.
And like everyone's was coming out different. So I was like feeding back to people, oh, you put too much water or this, that, the other. And
you're basically doing the master chef without tasting it. It's like, that doesn't look
just from
that don't look right over there.
Just from the eyes, like, and people get sending in their things, and I was like, oh my gosh, you don't actually want the recipes for stuff. So I started giving out more recipes for stuff, and then I was like, raw. Everyone kept asking for like a book. Like it was mainly like people's boyfriends. Were like, oh, my girl made me rice and peas the other day. Like, what, have you got a book coming anytime? Like, I would love to get her a book. And I was like, oh, raw. Like lots of people want these recipes, like mainly the boyfriends, because they're girls making them rice and peas for the first time, and they're like, yo, like I want this. And these are people who like listen to the radio. They're not people from ends, they're from people from off ends.
Right.
You know, they don't know where to get planting from. Like
they're
seeing this for the first time. Then the girl's like, what, I've seen those kidney beans, I've seen this, right, like I can make this happen. And I made it a red snapper, which was funny because then everybody started going to get any fish and making the fried fish, but you can't do that with any fish. So people were trying to make like fried fish with like cod, and like it was really funny. But I was like, no, I should drop the book. So then me and Elijah started writing up our recipes, and then like a year later the book came out.
That's dope, man. And like in that sense, it keeps your son engaged.
Yeah.
You know, because like I've got a 6-year-old, and you know, I know what it's like to, you know, be with them, and they can get lost in technology. Like put my daughter in front of YouTube and listen, she don't know me no more. She'll be on it
scary,
like throughout like the whole day. It's just like my little brother's on the PS4 or 5. Do you know what I mean? Like, so doing that is dope, and you're teaching him how to cook from early.
Yeah.
Because a lot of men are getting, well, actually, like the Jamaican men, they get bly. A lot of the women are like, oh yeah, get your Jamaican man because he can cook. Yeah. Blah blah blah. So I guess you're teaching him from early, innit?
Yeah. I mean, my mum taught him first.
Right.
Like him and my mum, their thing is like they'll make like mince pies.
Yeah.
Actual mince pies.
Like, okay.
Actual mince pies. Sorry,
Right.
I don't mean to rub it in, but like they would do that. They'd make the dough. It's an easy thing to do with a child, isn't it? Like you'll make the dough for the mince pies, and then you know it's just mince and carrots and potatoes, and then it's fun to wrap it and then push the fork down and stuff. So that's something that they would do a lot. They would do a lot of cooking, and when I would then be cooking, Elijah, my son, would get really frustrated because like, I want to do it, I want to cook. So I had to start incorporating him into it because he got used to doing it with my mum. So it was more her that kind of taught him first, and then I just kind of jumped on the bandwagon.
So your mum essentially taught you, obviously.
Yeah.
Were you like one of them ones like, oh yeah, I started when I was 12?
No. Absolutely not. I started cooking when I left my mum's house, which was... So I had my son at 25. I left my mum's house 27.
Right.
I started cooking at 27. I'm 31 now.
Right.
It wasn't that long ago.
Okay.
Like I could cook when I was at my mum's house, but I wasn't throwing it down at all. I was making like probably the same 5 meals.
Okay.
Like.
And putting them on rotation, kind of.
Yeah. But because I didn't need to cook, because my mum throws it down. Like, and my mum is one of those mums who, she's a proper mum. That's what she cares about. She cares about being a mum and being a grandma. So her whole life is situated around making sure that we are all accommodated within what she's doing. So she would make sure that her work hours was not interfering with her children's school hours, or, you know, she had like 3 jobs in one go, but they were never at times that would interfere with her time with us. So she's always made sure that like when I get home from school at 3:15, dinner's done, ready, made. So I never had to lift a finger in the kitchen ever. But then when I moved into my own place, I rented a place for a year. It was me and my son. It was the first time I'd ever left home like properly, and I had a child.
Right.
So, and I had the fact that I was renting on top of that. So it was like
multiple pressures at one time.
Yeah, like you got
thrusted into the deep end, basically.
Yeah, like the gas and electrics going, the washing machine's broken, there's water on the floor. I got a 1-year-old running around, like it was mad. Like, and I was like, I need to eat.
Yeah,
I need to eat. But then I'm making meals. I'm like, this don't taste how my mum makes it, and I'm getting frustrated because I want it to taste how my mum makes it. So I'm doing trial and error, and every day I'm making breakfast, lunch, dinner, trial and error until my meals tasted banging. Like I wasn't stopping until my meals tasted how I wanted them to taste. So it was like I was trying to reach how my mum cooks, but because I was doing trial and error with what I thought the right ingredients were, I ended up coming up with my own little fusion of things. So my recipes don't taste like my mum's. Okay. My curry goat doesn't. My oxtail doesn't. Nothing tastes like hers. It tastes like mine. It tastes lit.
Yeah. Now you can flex on it with your book.
Well, yeah, but at first she wasn't eating my food. She wasn't rating it. She'll be like, this fish maybe a little bit undercooked, or maybe like she was dissing. Then, so I moved into my own house then, and then she started to see everyone was coming around on Sundays for food, and then she started to get fear of missing out.
Okay,
so she started to pop round on the Sundays to see what was good, digging in my pot and that. Then eventually she had to admit that she likes my food. But in front of everyone, she'll be like, this is, she'll put that back on.
Put too much salt in that.
Yeah, she was doing all of that.
Shade.
She was doing all of that. And then it was like, but you're here every Sunday, so what's the truth?
What's good?
Then, like, what's the truth? Then it was taking a container home for her fiance. Then it was taking, So I was like, okay, you like my thing. You're just pretending that you don't.
Man, because I'll be looking at the gram and I'm like, yo, like, food's looking kind of lit, boy. Like, do you know what I mean? So it's dope, man. And so the book's been out for a couple months now.
Yeah, it came out in June.
Okay, nice. What's the reception been like since?
Yeah, it's been good. So we've done like nearly 1,000 copies.
Sick.
I just put it up on my own website. I didn't even like publish it or anything with anyone. I think when your child's involved, you got to be careful of them things. So I had conversations with publishers and agents, but it's my child, so I just thought, you know what? Let me do it myself. And I had to take all the pictures and everything myself because it was lockdown. So I didn't feel like it was up to the standard to publish it.
Right.
But then now that it's out and there's proof of concept, I'm now having conversations with people about book 2. But because the first concept's already there, there's not that much that they can really change. It's like, if you're going to buy into this now, this is what the product is. Yeah. Like Sian and her son, that's the product. The next one will be Sian and her friends. Like, this is it now. This is the series. So you know what you're buying into. So I'm glad that I did it that way. But yeah, it's on the website, just siananderson.co.uk, and it's done really, really well. I've done a couple of pop-up kitchens. Sick. Because the most frequently asked question is, but does it just look good on Instagram though? That is the most frequent. I
mean, there's a lot of Instagram chefs out there, innit? Like, and there are chefs that have made a living out of being on Instagram. Salt Bay. Yeah. A viral sensation. Now he's charging like people £800 for steak.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's true. But that's why I say I'm not a chef. Like, I can cook.
Right.
And people always like, but can you, like, is it? And I'm like, come and taste the food.
Let's taste the food.
Yeah, but there's some people who like, I'm not gonna let you in my house to taste the food. So do come to the pop-up kitchen.
Right.
And like taste the food. So, but people have enjoyed, and people have asked for more of the pop-up kitchens, and it's good for people who have bought the book, because a lot of people who've bought the book are not from London. There's a lot of regional people who've bought the book, and them coming to taste the meals then helps them when they go back to cook them.
Yeah.
So like some of the guys are made like the curry goat, for example. Then they've come and they've tasted mine, and they're like, okay. Then it's like a light
point of reference is there, isn't it?
Yeah, that point of reference. So it's good for them to come down and taste some of the recipes. Like I did a cookout, a Christmas dinner the other day, and I made the black cod. Right. And that's the meal that a lot of people have been scared to make because it's like a 3-day marinade. So a lot of people have been scared.
It's like the Hakkasan joints.
Yeah. Yeah. And a lot of people have been scared to make it because it's black cod and it's burnt. And in the picture you can see it's burnt. So it's like you're actually asking me to burn something, and it's the quickest thing to cook ever.
Right.
So it seems too good to be true. And so a lot of people have shied away from making that dish. So I made it for the cookout the other day, and everyone got to taste it, and it was like, oh my God, this tastes like the Nobu.
Right.
I'm going home and making this. Like,
that's how you know you had like wealthy people at the dinner, man. At the dinner. Yeah, this tastes like Nobu. I'll go there every week.
No, I wouldn't say that. I think I've done some birthdays there.
Oh, I hear that.
So people would have tasted them there, and some work dinners.
Yeah. But you know what? The whole brand of you saying that you're not a chef, you can just cook. That's a USP as well, because like you're targeting people that aren't necessarily they don't want to get. I wouldn't want to get a recipe book from a chef because I feel like it's a recipe book for idiots. That type of book. Do you know what I'm saying? So like when it's someone that can just cook. Yeah, it feels a lot more authentic and real.
Relatable.
You know what I'm saying? It's more relatable. Like I'm not gonna be making Michelin star meals at my yard with like, you know, a few little pieces on a plate and that's it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's so step by step as well. Like it's very like do this and then do that and then do this, because I've bought a lot of cookbooks in my time, and I think that they almost assume that you know half of the prep before you get to it. So they'll be like, you know, put
after
some water
marinating,
in. It's like, how much water? And it's like, oh, you know, and I'm just like, I feel like there's so many steps missing. I'm the type of person, I need everything in black and white. Like, tell me step by step what to do here. Like tell me when to boil the kettle. Don't say now put in hot water. How can you tell me put in hot water at this step? You didn't tell me that I needed to boil the kettle 10 minutes ago to put the hot water in. So now I'm flustered because now I've got something on the pot. You're asking me to put hot water in. I don't have any hot water. I now need to go fill up the kettle, boil the kettle, wait 2 minutes. In the 2 minutes that I've waited, the thing's dried out now because it's not got any hot water in it.
Are you speaking from experience here?
Yes.
Okay. That's right.
Yes.
Okay.
This has happened to me.
It's a safe space.
Yeah.
This has happened to me.
Yeah.
So when I was learning to cook, I bought all the cookbooks, you know, and then I just thought, this is complicated. You're not giving me step by step. You're assuming that I already know, you know, what to do here. And even when you read the recipe through once or twice before you start to cook, there's still not enough that you can do to prep. You missed. There's still not enough you can do. So I've done mine very step by step, like very like, and obviously there's children's recipes in there that Elijah makes. So like meatballs and spaghetti, like he makes the meatballs from scratch though. Like, so I'll like cut up the onions and cut up the tomatoes and whatever. And he will like put it all together, roll it up, put it in the, you know, put it on like and garlic bread. Like he'll make his own like garlic mix and whatever. Like he knows what he's doing. So it was very step by step for people who can make meals with their kids. But then there's also like some date night meals, you know, like the lobster tail and a black cod. Then there's the ones like if you're trying to like do a big feast to like impress the family, like you've got the curry goat in there, and then there's just like some quick things like a prawn linguine. Like it's kind of got something for everyone, I feel.
Yeah. For all you babes that are trying to impress the in-laws, get that book. Yeah,
it was so funny. I had someone who ordered a book, and then they DM'd me and they was like, I ordered a book and it's not going to come in time for date night, but I'm relying on this book to get me through the date. And this was one of the girls that was watching when I was doing the recipes, and she kept making the meals. And she was one of the reasons why I did the book. So she was like, I'm not going to get the book on time, and I've planned the date in time for, and I was like, here's an ebook, babe. Like, here's the ebook version. Like, your book's on its way. Here's the ebook version. Like, go and have a successful date. And then she sent me pictures after, and all the meals looked banging. Like, she smashed it. Like, she absolutely smashed it. I was so proud of her.
Big up her, man.
She moved mad. And then the boyfriend messaged me, and I was like, yes. We done good.
I say saving relationships one plate at a time, you know.
We done good. Like,
who knew a cookbook was saving a relationship?
Listen, he was so impressed, like, because he didn't know that his girl could cook like that. She's from what's the place called? I want to say Shropshire. I think it's Shropshire. Okay. And he's from London. So he's his palate's diverse. Yeah, and then and she's British. She's not made Caribbean food before. Right. So she's made them from recipe books, innit? So this one, where it's a bit more step by step, she managed to really like ace it. And he messaged me and he was like, yeah, like she's tried these meals before, but this time, like she smashed it.
That's the night you told her you loved her.
Trust me, it was the boyfriends. You don't understand how it was the boyfriends that made this book really happen, because they were really messaging me after they had the rice and peas. Like, it was jokes.
So now that Christmas is here, like, is there anything in the book that, you know, people can actually make?
Well, yeah, there's a couple of things they can make, but I wanted to do an extended version for Christmas, but I just didn't get it out in time because there's so many things I forgot to put in there. Like, I didn't put like an oxtail recipe in there. It's like, why? Like, it was just one of those things that could have gone on forever if I didn't wrap it up when I did. Like, every day there was a new recipe that I wanted to put in there. But there's quite a few recipes. It depends though, innit? Like, how people take their Christmases and like their Christmas. Like, I like to have a roast chicken on Christmas. I like curry goat at Christmas. I like mac cheese. I like peppered prawns.
Right.
I like lamb chops. I like a bit of everything.
Science house is lit.
Yeah, like, more than I like a turkey. Like the turkey's just like
turkey's dry.
Yeah, like I like coleslaw, potato salad. Like I do my Christmas dinner like it's someone's wedding. You know, like them black weddings that you go to, and then there's a feast of everything. That's my Christmas dinner, like with the big old Yorkshire pudding in the middle.
Yeah, because I think you guys discussed it when I wasn't here. Someone was getting cooked because
they had jollof rice on Christmas Day.
100%.
I'm not sure which one you're agreeing with.
I'm agreeing with having jollof rice on Christmas Day. 100%.
So can you not let the rice rest for one day?
Nah, nigga.
Why would you?
That was a racist tweet.
Why would you? Like,
what the fuck? Like, why of all days?
It has to be done. Yeah.
Yeah, Donnie thought he said something and he got cooked.
No, you didn't say nothing there. What are you talking about?
He was left like at the bottom of the rice pot.
Oh. Listen, on that day, make the charcoal jollof. Like, give me that extra smoky jollof on that day. Like, really make it happen.
Extra vim. What are you saying? Jollof over rice and peas? No? What were we saying?
Can I plead the fifth?
Hey, listen, man, be honest. You gotta be honest.
Oh no, it depends what day.
Depends who made it.
And
that is true.
Yeah, if it's rice and peas over jollof and my mum made it, it's rice and peas all the way. My mum makes rice and peas that you can eat like as its own meal. Like I would just box down the rice and peas
just as it
is, and it's moist and it's delicious. I think people's argument about rice and peas is that it's dry and you can't eat it by itself. Like, but with jollof, because it's obviously made with the tomatoes and that, it's more moist. I think that's where people get in an argument from of you can eat jollof by itself but not rice and peas. But my mum's rice and peas, oh my God, it's so moist that you can box out on its ones. But then... Yeah,
because not every jollof is moist. And if you're eating it with nothing else, you're a criminal.
Yeah. Yeah. But my friend, the girl that taught me to make jollof, she makes it with prawns in it. So then you can eat it by itself because it's got prawns in it.
Okay.
Wait, why is this funny? I've had a lot of people get upset.
Yeah, you don't do that. You can't just remix jollof. It is what it is.
I mean, she puts prawns in and it slaps for me.
Listen, I'm not from the region where jollof resides in it, so I'm like,
where are you from?
I'm half Congolese, half Angolan.
Okay.
So, jollof is not necessarily a thing. Mm-hmm. So I wouldn't be as passionate as Chrissy is, like when she's like, what, prawns in the jollof?
No, don't do that.
What kind of crime is
Upsets
that?
Me.
Do you know why it worked? Because she taught me how to make it and I was making meal prep. So after she's made it, I've obviously boxed it up, put it in the fridge.
Yeah.
And then for the week, as I'm dashing out, I'm taking it and it's a meal because it's got prawns in it. I don't have to bring it with anything else. So it made sense for me, and I just really enjoyed it because I like prawns. You look disgraced.
If you like it, I love it.
She was doing so well.
I love it.
I'm sure our Nigerian listeners are going to be trembling.
No, they're going to be thinking, I want to try this. Because you know what? It's cool to say that it's cool to say that you can't do that, innit? It's cool to be like, no, it can stand by itself. We don't need to put nothing in it. But actually, just try it. Like, let your hair down. Like, just have a bit of prawn.
Chrissy, this Christmas.
Fling a bit of prawn in the jollof.
No, not on Christmas. Maybe Boxing Day.
So when you say prawn, how big are the prawns?
You know, like the king prawns that shrink.
Or the Vapiano prawns.
Yes.
So that kind of size.
Yeah, that kind of size.
Okay, sizable. So not like a pussy old shrimp. Just...
No, not a shrimp.
Okay.
No, not the little shrimp.
Because that's what I've seen before. Yeah.
That I couldn't eat that at a glance. It would feel like there's worms in a jollof. I couldn't do that. It's a sizable. It's a sizable prawn. You know, the king prawn comes like this, and then when you cook it, it shrinks down. Like, it's a sizable prawn.
I mean, I'm less disgusted.
Okay, you're open to the idea.
I wouldn't do it, but I mean,
if I made some, would you taste it?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. There we go.
She got a whole book out. You can't just.
Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I would. No, as long as it's not. That the wildest I've seen was someone put peas in jollof rice.
That
I would. I just.
Special fried jollof. That's special fried jollof.
Do you know what? That's crazy. That is crazy.
But to be fair, they were Ghanaians, so it made sense.
Oh, wow.
Oh, shit, right, like
wow.
Right.
Declaring war just like that.
Yeah,
you know?
like Nigeria was on your side a minute ago.
Do you know what I mean?
They're like, oh, you're declaring war on the Ghanaians. Ooh.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Sian, I got a question.
Yes.
Have you ever thought about doing an audio book for the cookbook? Because it's kind of right up your street.
Yeah, that's a good question.
I haven't, I battle every day with what I should and shouldn't be doing.
Yeah.
Because if it was down to me, I'd be doing everything. And anything. But there's just not enough time in the day. So the first thing is like, Elijah wants to be a YouTuber. So he wants a YouTube channel. And I'm like, the first thing I'm happy to let him do is cooking content. So I was like, we've done the book, Sian and her son. The natural thing to do to branch off that is for Elijah's YouTube channel to launch, where he's cooking and talking and getting his personality out there, etc.
Yeah.
So that's what's been in my head. I've never actually thought of an audio book, but it would be quite jokes. I shouldn't I? Because I'm.
It makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a marriage, you know what I mean?
10%.
Yeah. So, you mentioned Elijah, your son, being a part of this whole thing. Me being a parent as well, like, sometimes I'm a little bit skeptical about, putting her out there because that whole conversation of like YouTube and them seeing other kids being YouTubers now, they think it's easy. They want to be YouTubers. Like my daughter wants to be on YouTube. So she practices like on my phone and stuff.
Yep.
Like, hey guys, welcome to my channel.
Yeah.
My dad's sleeping in the background.
Make sure you subscribe. And give me a
That's my daddy snoring in the background. Like, did you fight with yourself about like thrusting him out there?
Yeah, I'm still having that fight.
Right.
Like his channel's still not launched yet. I did a little video of him cooking and put it up on my Insta. And I did like a little capture saying Elijah wants to be a YouTuber, but I'm not ready for him to do that yet. This, that, and the other. And good points were made. Someone privately messaged me, and respectfully actually, because they didn't want to put it like in the comments,
right? But
they privately messaged me and said, this is the generation that he is growing up in, and you can't help it. There's nothing you can do. He is going to be a YouTuber. So it's just a matter of when and how. So you can either get ahead and be the mum who assists him in doing this and safeguards it and lets him know from the jump what's right from wrong, or you can wait till he goes secondary school and sets up his channel with his brethrens that you kind of have no visibility over, and then you're 10 steps behind. And I thought, oh my god, you're right, Elijah's gonna do it anyway. I was like, he's gonna do it anyway, and it's just, is it now or is it later? Like, he's gonna do it. So that knocked me, because I was like, okay, cool, like, you can't stop him from doing this just because you're scared of the world. Right. Elijah's not scared of the world yet, as much as I try to make him. He ain't. So the sensible thing for me to do is get him savvy from early and understanding what's what, and, launch him and get his content out there and help him kind of navigate the online space. So I got him a laptop for his birthday and a little headset so that he can start recording. But then he's also really shy, so like I tried to get him to record on his birthday. Like, he cut his hair off, he had hair, he cut his hair off on his 6th birthday, and I got a videographer to come film it all for him. And I was like, speak to the camera, like tell the camera like what you're doing, like, you rehearse this in your bedroom every day, like tell them like where you are, what you're doing. He's like, no mum, I don't want to, like, no.
Nah, tell him to flex that new fade on the YouTube. I saw that fade, I was like, shit boy, it's looking better than mine. He needs to call my barber real quick.
Did you see his face? He was moving mad, I couldn't believe it. But he was shook. So I was like, okay, so you want to be a YouTuber, but then I've got the equipment down here for you today and the content, and you're scared you don't want to do it. So he's got his little laptop now, so he can record his own bits in his own time and get comfortable in that space. And then I'm going to put it up there. But yeah, I'm terrified, man. I'm like, I'm going to turn the comments off. Everyone's like, you can't do that. Like, you've got to let the engagement be engaging. And like, I think it's going to be horrible. I don't want to do it, but I have to. Yeah.
and like, there's a sort of privilege in this sense, because having a mum like yourself, like, you've got a bag of connections, even like just to how he presents himself on YouTube. Like, I can imagine that you're going to make sure that the production is like proper, so he can go further with it, because like YouTubing is like a fully fledged career. There's a lot of kids making bank. Do you know what I'm saying? Like my daughter's spending mad hours on these dons. And they've got millions of views.
Well, the good thing is YouTube did hit me up and say, if you're worried, we can do a YouTube Kids tutorial with you both. So they were really helpful. So we're going to do that tutorial so that we both understand how to safeguard the channel properly and, what we should or shouldn't be doing. So that was really, really helpful. But there's so much money to be made from YouTube. but it's a full-time career. That's the thing. Like, I have a career. If I start my son's YouTube, that is also now my career.
Yeah.
So finding the time.
You're
to
managing
do it,
him now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm mamager.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm not sure about this. So I said to his dad, you do it. I'll get the equipment. You do it. You look after that. So I'm going to start it all off. Then I'm going to give it to his dad to do.
Nice.
If he wants to do it with his dad.
I hear that.
He's funny. Like, he wants to play Fortnite.
Okay.
Stuff. His dad is not letting him play Fortnite stuff. But because I don't really know what Fortnite is, I end up letting him play it. And then I find out what Fortnite is, and it's like, oh, you can't. But he manages to get through the first hurdle.
Kids will bypass a lot.
With mum, they managed to get through the first hurdle, 100%. But dad knows what all of it is, and he's like, no. So
Well.
it's stuff that he wants to do on YouTube, he probably ain't going to be allowed to do with his dad. Probably more likely to get away with it with me. But I've left it in their court. I've done a couple bits of footage of him, and then they can go off and make it happen.
That's great. Well, congratulations on the launch of the book. It's out now to all our listeners on siananderson.com.
.co.uk.
Yeah. So yeah, man, get your orders in for Christmas. Is it too late?
It is.
Oh man. But any belated Christmas gifts, you can do that. Or if you just want to learn how to cook in a way that Sian did, go and get that, man.
A great way to start the new year as well.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
The New Year's resolution is to start cooking, by all means.
Yeah. I'm gonna grab a copy. Still, I need to,
spruce up in the kitchen.
Yeah, man. I need to upgrade like certain aspects of my life. I need to be a well-rounded don.
Is this where the roundness stops at the cooking?
I think I got it covered, like on all the other aspects.
What are the other aspects?
Just being like heavily domesticated.
What does that mean?
Huh?
What does that mean?
Huh?
He's like, shit.
Like in a house, like being present, cleaning, ironing, like all of that stuff is covered.
So who was doing that before?
What's that? The cooking.
The ironing, the cleaning, all the domestic stuff you speak of that you're gonna be well-rounded and do now.
Nah, I've been doing it. I'm talking about
nice
cooking.
cleanup, okay.
I don't cook that much because I still live at home, and like you, coming home there's always a meal.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like my mum doesn't even let anyone else come in the kitchen.
See.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like so, it's just one of them things, isn't it? So I want to start.
If you had to cook dinner for a babes,
yeah,
what would your go-to dinner be?
I don't know, man. Something basic, spag bowl.
This is why men deserve less.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Sprinkle like good cheese on it.
The problem with men and spag bowl, and I'm probably gonna get roasted for saying this, is but you don't know how to cook it.
What do you mean?
Men as whole.
Yeah, like
Okay, go on,
men
let's go.
think it's as simple as like, yeah, just put the pasta in for 12 minutes and then drain it, and then like they think it's so simple, but it's like the pasta has to be like, the spaghetti has to be the perfect texture. Like it can't be too soft and mushy, otherwise you've deaded the whole spag bowl. You can't put the spaghetti bolognese on my plate and it's runny. I don't want to see any runny anything.
Right. Yeah.
Do you get it? It has to be drained like to perfection. Like I want the pasta to be drained properly. And then with everyone's looking at me like,
I feel this.
Go
I'm right in the eyeline.
So this is your thing.
And then you see with the mince, yeah, you see one thing about men, yeah, they cut onions ridiculously. Like I don't want a big chunk of onion in my spaghetti bolognese. I want you to cut that like nice and fine,
diced finely,
and I don't want to eat more onions than mince. And then when you
it's
put
always
the
tricky for me,
tomato
man.
in, you see
Cutting onion, yeah, like man's got big hands on that, innit? So like, it's kind of peak, like so. And plus the onions, my eyes are like all in disarray. So like, I'm just butchering it. Like I've got beef with it.
So then you end up with a big chunk of onion in the spag bowl.
Just serve me the onion.
I've learned to,
because at this point,
like marinate it a little bit, like in small pieces, so it's not too chunky.
Okay. And then the tomato, when you're doing like the tomatoes, are you using fresh tomato or are you using like the Dolmino one that you Dolmino?
Oh my.
So when you pour the Dolmino in, do you chop it down a little bit in the
a little bit. My mum gave me a little technique.
Okay, yeah, so that's good. And then like when you're putting like the basil and everything on, little sprinkles.
I think you lost him at basil.
Salt Bay that joint.
Okay, see.
Do you know what? It's decent in it, but like it's not something that I do.
Less That's not.
No? Okay, see, this is what I mean. Men, they really mess up spag bowl because they think it's as simple as couple onions.
You're like that Italian Donny on that cooking show.
Sorry. But you know what I mean.
I know exactly what you mean.
You know exactly what I mean.
When you're speaking about the pasta, I was like, oh.
You knew what spag
Gospel.
bowl I was talking about that he's made, innit?
But
Do you know what? Yeah, there's another discussion about like, listen, man, like I'm trash at cooking. Yeah, like I'm impatient as well. I just want to eat. Like, I want to be around when it's being made. Just call me when it's done, so I can come and eat. Do you know what I mean? Like, no, you don't resonate. You're not with me.
I'm not gonna cook still. No.
Oh, I hear that.
I was hoping you didn't ask. I was trying to pretend to be on your side.
I hear that.
I was like, don't ask
sometimes you gotta be a misogynist, innit? Like, and this is.
bring me my food, woman.
But
no.
It's Christmas.
Can I just give you the hack?
Go on.
Eat something before you cook.
Right.
Even if it's just a piece of toast.
Yeah.
Don't cook hungry because that's when you get impatient.
Start
And
dashing
that's when the
saucepans out the
meal.
window.
Say again.
Start dashing saucepans out the window.
Like, that's when the meal don't taste nice. When you're hungry and you're rushing it, just have a toast. Have a packet of crisps. Anything light, and then start
Quick
cooking.
little nibble.
Quick little nibble first. Could be a chocolate bar, whatever. Just have your little nibble first, and then when you got a little sugar flowing, it's like, cool. Here's the mission. If you're hungry, you're standing there fuming, waiting for that pasta, like spaghetti to boil. Like, it's just, yeah, have a little nibble.
Yeah.
And use basil.
Noted. But like I was saying, it's Christmas. It's our Christmas special. There's a lot of traditions, and I know that like it's a time where everyone gets together. It is a season to be jolly. But I'm gonna be a little bit of a Grinch.
Do it.
What happened?
I get tired of everyone posting their Christmas dinner because some of you lot's Christmas dinner is dry. I want to see that shit. I know you're happy, but you have to acknowledge that your food is trash, innit? It looks trash at least. Don't post it.
But only those that know better do better. So if this is the meal that you've had all your life, you're just like, oh yeah.
You know them people that big up their mum's cooking when in actual fact is actually trash? Everyone's like, oh yeah, my mum can cook.
Who are you talking about? Because that seemed very specific.
Nah, man, you see it a lot.
No, like
No?
ats.
Why would I do that?
Okay, no, just thought you about that life.
Yeah, my mum can cook.
Shall I tell you the problem with people posting their Christmas dinner for me? And
Go
the
on.
reason why I end up not doing it. After I've cooked Christmas dinner and I've dished out everyone's plate, and my plate is the last plate and it's in front of me and everyone's like waiting for me to eat do you think I've presented it in a way that I can take a picture of it? The presentation is not like, this is not time for a photograph. By the time I've got to my own plate, I'm like dashing everything on there and the plate doesn't look attractive. It's one thing being able to cook. It's another thing being an interior designer of a plate of food.
Right.
So a lot of the time, it just looks shit. It's not shit, but it looks shit because I haven't interior designed the plate.
Yeah.
Do you get it? Like, it tastes banging, but I've not, you know,
But you're an exception. You can cook.
Plate, like,
I'm talking about like
but
some
then,
of the.
but you gotta let them off because they're not interior designers. Their parents are not interior. So the food might taste nice, but they might have presented it. No, okay.
I
Just trying to save them.
Yeah, you're trying to save them. You're trying to be like bringing a bit of toxicness into this, man. Like,
when you have,
you know what I'm talking about.
good food and it's arranged just anyhow on the plate, you're still like, oh, that looks really delicious. But some plates are just like, even the plate, just throw everything in the bin.
Oh.
Yeah. But you know, like, listen, man, enjoying it. But I was just saying my piece.
Wait, so who's doing Christmas dinner? You're not doing it.
No, I'm not doing it.
Are you doing Christmas dinner for the whole family, everyone?
Yeah, so I tried to wiggle out this year by doing my Christmas dinner event,
Right.
so that no one would come to my house. So then I had my friend's house, the one that makes the prawn jollof. I was going there.
Chrissy, breathe. It's all right.
She's a bad chef cook. I was going there, yeah. And so at the end of the dinner, I was like, cool. So you all enjoy Christmas dinner? Yeah, great, perfect. Yeah, see you on Christmas Day. Sorry, this was Christmas Day.
Right.
There's no, and then it was like, oh, but Mervyn, like our friend Mervyn, like his mum lives in Canada. Oh, he's by himself on Christmas, so he was obviously coming to yours. So then I was like, oh shit. Then they're like, and if Mervyn's coming to yours, then we're coming to yours too. So my best friends live next door.
Ah.
So they're like, we was coming next door to you too. So then now there's 3 people confirmed. So then my mum's like, well, if they're coming, then I'm bringing the turkey to your house.
Oh, it's sorted.
So then all of a sudden it went from I'm not doing Christmas at my house to everyone's doing Christmas at my house. So I've now started delegating plates, which I never do because I can't stand doing this. But I've delegated plates. You're doing the jollof. You're doing the potatoes. You're doing the turkey. You're doing it. So all I'm going to make is the curry goat, the Yorkshires, and maybe some lamb chops. No, the pepper prawns. I'm only making 4 things, and everyone else can bring, and then we can do it at my house. But I'm not doing Christmas dinner how I done it the year before last, because that was outrageous.
So is this your first Christmas dinner, like, as in?
Second.
Yeah.
Since I've been in my house, it's my second. The first one, never again.
It was all you.
It was all me. And I did salmon, I did pepper prawns, I did rice and peas, I did white rice, coleslaw, I did potato salad, actual steamed veg,
Jesus Christ,
curry goat, oxtail, Yorkshire puddings, roast chicken, the whole shebang bang.
Do you know how many pots you're using?
Please help, please.
So what, like, what, no one helped with the washing up and that?
They helped with the washing up and that,
Right,
but it took me from morning to night to actually make all the food, because I didn't have enough space for all the pots.
Yeah.
You know, that's when you really became a cook, though, innit?
That's when I really became
That's
a cook.
when it starts.
And then it was like I have to warm up each plate individually now, and I hate doing that. Hate it. You make the plate, you have to put it in the microwave, then hand it out on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
I was vexed.
Yeah.
I bought a Bain Marie. That's how vexed it made me. I bought a Bain Marie so that would never happen in my house again. The food is staying warm, even if it takes me all day.
Hey, listen, man,
I was
PTSD,
pissed
innit?
off. You can hear her pissed off.
Yeah. I can hear it. You're
I was
vexed.
so pissed off. Christmas dinner, I'm warming up the food in the microwave. I was vexed. It was banging though, but I was vexed.
Is a big, like, Christmas dinner like a part of tradition for you?
Yeah and no. Like my mum, it was always at my mum's.
Right.
But as we all get older, there's less and less people. So the last Christmas dinner that I did at my mum's house was like me, her, and my son.
Right.
There was literally 3 of us. But Christmas is the time for kids, I feel.
Yeah.
So it felt a bit strange, like us all being sat there having Christmas dinner. I think my son was probably like 2 as well. Like he was so young that it didn't really mean anything to him. He just wanted to tear the wrapping paper up.
Yeah, wear a Christmas jumper, look cute. Photo op.
They don't care after that.
He didn't even care about that part.
Oh, yeah.
And my mum takes Christmas really seriously. So the whole house is done up, the tree, you know, everyone does a cracker, you all put the thing on your head. She wears Christmas outfit. She takes it very seriously.
Yeah.
And I just felt like there's just the 3 of us, me, you, and the child. And it just felt a bit like...
She's happy with her child and her grandchild.
Yeah.
She was very happy. And I did it for her. I went there for her. But the year after, she was with her fiance and his family, and then that's the year that I did the spread for everyone.
Right.
And the year after that, I was like, fuck this, we're going Barbados. And I took my mum and my son and we went Barbados and we did Christmas there.
Lovely.
So I was just like, I'm not doing that again. And this year I was going to do the same thing, but Boris said no.
Boris really said no. But now you've got like everyone doing things, innit? Teamwork makes the dream work.
Well, exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
You could be starting a whole new tradition, you know that?
This is the problem. This is the problem.
But you seem like a welcoming person. Like you know, you like having people around.
I love it.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I love it.
There's a beauty in that. Like there's some people that are like, oh yeah, you know, I hate when people come to my house.
No, I love it. There's like 6 house keys out there with friends.
Okay.
Like my house is like everyone comes signs us.
Revolving doors, boy.
It's
Don't give me a key. I'll come all the time.
It's like I have a camera on my phone of my door.
Right.
So that I can
I'll
see
ring.
who's revolving through the because it is like that. People just come in and out, borrow the pot, this, that, other. Just borrow the foot spa. They're just people are just in and out doing whatever. But I love it. Like that's
either you're very trusting, or you have super trustworthy friends.
Yeah, I've had the same friends. From like school days.
So no crisis in the squad.
No.
I hear
they're
that.
all friends who I know their parents.
Yeah. How about you guys, H, Chrissy, like Christmas traditions? Do you have like loads of people round, cousins?
I go to everyone's house and eat their food.
Right.
You're smart.
Yeah, that's what I'm on. I eat my food.
You're Hakeem in Moesha. Yeah.
He called you a scrub.
Smart.
It's not a scrub.
Ooh.
Like, you know, the family never like have an issue. They always give him food and stuff. Like it's a welcoming situation.
They know it is.
You know when you go to like certain friends' house, yeah, and it's like a family situation immediately.
Yeah, I'm a relative to all my friends.
Yeah, man. Like you can't come in my house and not have a plate. Like Mumsy will usually pattern like, "Rah, what? You ain't offered him a plate?"
Do you know, I'm at that point where if I say I don't want to eat, everyone looks at me weird.
Offended.
They're like, get him.
Don't try it, you're hungry, innit? Don't try it.
This makes sense to me, man.
Do you take the takeaway containers?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I eat some and then I have to like prove that I was here. So I take the container.
Yeah.
Eat that later.
Yeah, you're smart.
Yeah, I'll do my rounds on Christmas Day as well. My family, we kick things off on Christmas Eve. Yeah, so we usually like have a party setting. Everyone's just vibing, listening to music. Traditionally, my dad, like, he would have Christmas albums. He would just put it on and play. So Christmas songs were just banging throughout the crib.
Your dad's a music man though, isn't he?
He's a music don. So like, you know, you've got the black Christmas songs.
Dope.
And then you've got, you know, the white Christmas songs slap as well.
They do.
I did see, I think it was you that was like trying to campaign for a certain Christmas song to be abolished.
Abolished.
Is it the Feed the World song? Let them know it's Christmas time.
Oh my days. Get rid of it. Oh my God. Did
Talk
you
about
see
it.
what they said? Pull up the lyrics. Pull up the lyrics.
Yeah, I'm going to pull up the
for
lyrics.
the Band-Aid. Which one is it? It's the 1984, 1974. Band-Aid, Feed the World. Please read the lyrics out to that song.
Do they know it's Christmas is the song? That's actually
Just pull
a
up the
mad
lyrics.
question.
Have you heard this song before?
Yeah.
My guy. How can they say this? I'll show you even which part is the madness.
It's Christmas time. There's no need to be afraid. Why would
Listen,
why would you be
read the
afraid?
thing. Read the thing.
There's a world outside your window. And it's a world of dread and fear. Where the only water flowing is the bitter sting of tears.
Bruv.
Nah.
Hold on.
Bruv, did you
Okay.
ever notice
Read
that?
it, 'cause
I
it
didn't.
gets worse.
Hold on. That is a bar though. It is a like. Do you know what I mean? It's a bar.
We're gonna fall out.
Yeah, but what?
We're gonna fall out.
In what context,
We're gonna
bro?
fall out.
Nah, I don't know if it's
because when
this
you
song
keep
yet. I don't know.
reading, you'll see why it's a madness.
Alright, go on.
And the Christmas bells that ring, they are the clanging chimes of doom. Well, tonight, thank God, it's them instead of you.
My guy, how can you say all that badness and then say, but thank God, whew, not us, not us. And then in my head, I thought, and I was in a nail shop when I heard it the other day, yeah. So in my head, I'm hearing this and I'm thinking, right, this is harsh, yeah. And then it was the next part because at that point, they don't say who they're talking about. They've not said who they're talking about yet. So out of context, you're like, right, this is crisis, but we don't know who you're being crisis to. Next lines.
And there won't be snow in Africa this Christmas time. The greatest gift they'll get this year is life.
I said,
Wow.
I said, what? And I was facing this way. My head went,
Wow.
swung my head to see what is this playing in the nail shop. Band-Aid.
Where nothing ever grows, no
Nothing.
rain, no rivers flow. Do they know it's Christmas time at all? Wow.
I couldn't believe it. And then they started doing feed the
What?
I wanted to
Oh my God.
bax that TV off the wall. I was so vexed. And I tweeted about it and I said, abolish the song. And then everyone started replying to say they redid it. There's a new version that they did with like Rita Ora and all these other people a couple of years later. All right, cool. So if there's a new version where they change the lyrics, why the fuck is that one still playing on
Wait,
Music?
wait.
Abolish it.
That's wild still. I can't lie.
It's crazy.
I'm.
That's a groove though.
Kind of sounds like a
African
slap.
drums.
had enough.
I'm so sorry. Could you imagine? I'm in the nail shop and I'm hearing this, and I know the songs that in my head. I'm like, feed the world.
Wow.
And I'm like, wait a minute. This is not what is said before feed the world part. Couldn't believe it.
Thank God it's them instead of you.
And if they made a new version, why is that still on YouTube and why is it still on 4Music?
They got Bono on a rhythm. Like
they need to take it down.
Well, tonight, thank God it's them instead of you.
Wait, is the new one the one that Wyclef is on?
Nah, that's the We Are the World one. Listen, that one is jokes. It's jokes.
I don't think
but yeah, like that Christmas song is insane. I'm with you. Abolish it.
I'll sign the petition.
I just want to know why it's still up. That's all I want to know. Why is it still there? If
1984,
you made a new one because you know that one is offensive, why is it still up?
Who wrote
why
that?
is it still on rotation at radio? Why is it still getting played on TV?
1984, like Boy George, Sting, Bono.
Yeah,
them niggas look young in this.
Get rid of it. Like,
Yeah.
It's mad to me that they haven't got rid of it.